Okay, let's move on. And let's have a look finally today at the Casa do Dia, the house or the property of the day. And this is a beauty. This is in Buçaco. Now, let me explain to you. I'm in Korea, as I said, halfway between Coimbra and Aveiro, two beautiful cities in Portugal, more to the western side of things, not. Well, Aveiro is described as a coastal town, but it is set back a bit. You have to go where I went yesterday to Costa Nova and Barra to the beach. And Aveiro is set back a bit. There's a canal system, and then there's the salt marshes, and then there is the Atlantic coast. Coimbra is some way back, but it is river-based. It's a beautiful town, beautiful city, Coimbra, and Korea is halfway in the middle. Now, if you travel from where I am, in the area of Maravilhosa and Anadia, and which are our nearest big towns. Excuse me, I just need to cough again and have a little bit of water. All right, let me grab my water. That is my constipado, you see. Not that you needed to know that or need me to talk about that anymore, but let me have a sip of water. And that is a great little cue and clue for the property I'm talking about, which will become apparent in just a moment. So the nearest towns to us are Maravilhosa and Anadia. And if you head towards the east from here, we're, I don't know, 20 odd 30 kilometers from the coast. But if you head towards the interior of Portugal, you will find yourself in Luso. That's why I mentioned water, because if you're in Portugal, you'll see a brand of water called Luso, Luso, one of the big brands over here in Portugal, Luso, Luso. And it's a water source. Korea, where I am, is a town based on curative waters. Luso is also a water source, and as I say, a principal water brand. Keep going through, or stop off at the pretty town of Luso, and you will see people with their, as they do in Portugal, with their car hatchback open or their estate, and they'll be reusing their 5-litre bottles, plastic bottles, and refilling them from the font of Luso in the town there. Nice place on the hill, and a nice topography and a nice vibe. That's Luso, Luso. But keep going, and you head to Buçaco, which is Buçaco, Bucaco, and there is a cedilla on one of those C's. Let me see if I can work. Yes, the first C. B-U-C with a cedilla, the little squiggly bit under the C, A-C-O, Buçaco. And this is the property I'm looking at, is in Buçaco. So you keep going out of Luso and up the hill, and you will rise. The altitude will change, and you'll get a view back east towards the coast, across the plains of the towns I've just described, Maravilhosa and Anadia. And some they say some days as you rise towards Buçaco, you can even see Aveiro in the distance. Okay, and you can probably see Coimbra on the other side. And there is an amazing palace, which if you come to Portugal, you've got to check out the Buçaco Palace. Maybe stay at the hotel. It's an unusual stay at the hotel because it hasn't been upgraded in any serious way. Friends of mine stayed there and asked for an air conditioner. They were just, I think, frankly told, no, we don't do that. We don't have an air conditioner. So it's an old-fashioned hotel, not unlike the Palace Hotel that is here in Korea. The Korea Palace is amazing. Had a lovely Christmas meal there. Beautiful place. It's like a hospitality history lesson. It's incredible, built in 1920. And a similar time for the Buçaco Palace or Palacete, which I believe was a palace for the nobility and is now a hotel where you can stay. And it is a fabulous place to go, not just for the Palacete, not just for the Buçaco Palace Hotel, but for the grounds in which it sits. And there is a ancient Portuguese native woodland, which is absolutely beautiful and wonderful. And you will retrace the steps of the old hermitage that was there as well in the palace, where the monks and nuns, I believe, would take contemplative walks through the woodland. And there are little chapels peppered around the landscape there. And then there are open viewing platforms where you can look out over the view. And it's the most magical and wonderful place, with sometimes, like a mist or a fog early in the morning, which clears to give you these beautiful views. but also, whilst the mist and the fog are there, you have this great atmosphere and just deeply marinated in Portuguese history and yesteryear of Portugal. And in this landscape is that the Casa del Dia, the property that I want to share with you today. This is listed with Lifetime Immobiliaria, the real estate agents who are in Condeixa, on the way to after Coimbra from me anyway. Lifetime Immobiliaria, and they have listed this as Maravilhosa Quinta no Buçaco. And I'm just stepping through. I'll just give you a word portrait of this amazing place. 1936, 7 bedrooms, and it is finished in a lovely kind of native sort of Portuguese peach color, orangey peach color, with white windows and tiled details. Absolutely beautiful place. And I'm going to step through and talk you through the slideshow. Many pictures that have been taken to give you an idea of this. And I will put the link to it on the Good Morning Portugal Facebook page, so you can find it if you want it. And yeah, lovely double opening doors into the ground floor. It's covered in ivies and lovely lush greenery, as you would expect from the Buçaco hills there, and the woodland. And there's a lovely staircase. It's set on the hill with a kind of conservatory building on the facet that I'm looking at, with these lovely uneven and mossy stairs that take you up to the higher floors of the house. And it's seen better days, it has to be said. It was built in 1936. The garden is well established and lovely, but could probably do with a little bit of TLC. But it has been loved. You can see that when you look at the house. Lovely outhouses in the garden, beautiful staircases. You step in, a reception area, and a lovely what is it, like sculpted wooden handrail. Not sculpted, but you know what I mean, like one of those beautiful solid handrails, wooden handrails and balustrade that's leading you up to the higher floors of the house. And the decor currently, lots of lovely solid wood furniture in there. I don't know how much of that they're leaving in it, but it's for a big building and a 1936 building. It looks very light and airy to me. Some very, very nice, luxurious looking bathrooms and fireplaces. So loads of original features. I'm looking at a drawing room now, and which has 3 alcoves in it, little places to sit, maybe to have a musical instrument or something, bookcases, and a little chaise longue to sit and eat your grapes of an afternoon, or have grapes peeled and fed to you as you lie there and languish in luxury. Lovely kitchen. I'm not looking at the main kitchen, but more of a breakfasting kitchen, which seems to be a bit of a Portuguese thing, whereas a sort of a snug kitchen with kitchen facilities as you expect, a massive fireplace, which I suspect would have been like an inglenook log or stove fireplace, which would have given a lot of coziness to this little snug, and a dining table so you can have your breakfast in there. I think that has a little bit of a Portuguese tradition or way of living here, where you have your cozy little breakfast in the snug kitchen. And I'm looking out now through some conservatory windows out into a delightful garden, absolutely beautiful. And if I could only remember the name of the plants, I'd tell you, but they're like a lily, those purple, really nice, lily of the valley, possibly, I'm not sure. Beautiful dining room, beautiful main dining room, high ceilings, fantastic lighting fixtures. And as I said before, it's really airy and light and beautiful. Lovely windows with rounded tops to them. Not a plain or straightforward window, but a beautiful big window with a semicircle above. So lots of that, and some lovely hallways and the wonderful handrail. And then I'm up in the attic now, looking at the pictures in the attic, and some cozy rooms in the attic. Lots of exposed timber and lots of light again. 2 sides of the attic, I think, turned into bedrooms or little snug areas. Plenty of bathrooms, lovely light and airy again, and your guest rooms as well. 7 bedrooms altogether. And let me just go to the description just to give you a little bit more information about it, because I believe we're looking at 15,000 square meters. Yes, we are. 15 minutes, they say, from Meliada and Anadia. which are your principal towns where you get all your shopping, Lidl's in both of those places, and lots of other amenities and facilities as well. Just minutes away from the Buçaco Palace and not far from the Military Museum. I mean, it has the feel of a vicarage or a tied house to somebody connected with the nobility. It's absolutely beautiful. The price is 595,000 euros. So, north of 500,000. 7 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 15,000 square meters. And errors and exceptions omitted, I have to say. I'm just reading the information that I've got online, but check it all for yourself. Have a look at the link for yourself. If you want something really special, or you know somebody who does and they want something really special in Portugal, this is an amazing place to be. It's such a beautiful area. The location, absolutely amazing in the woodland of Buçaco, the ancient woodland there. And I have to say, people are very worried, and they should be, about fires here in Portugal. The native woodland fares better. It did get battered by a hurricane in recent years. I'm not sure there's much you can do about that, but it is not as susceptible to fire risk as the plantations of eucalyptus. That's the real problem. The pines and eucalyptus, endless, monocropping of, or is that duocropping if it's pine and eucalyptus, but endless plantations of trees that are like tinder is obviously not a very good idea. And that's not what you get at Buçaco, and I'd recommend you go there, whether you want this house or not. If you're traveling in Portugal, it is a great half day or day out, and a really very interesting and eccentric place to visit and stay at the hotel there as well. So thoroughly recommend the location. Love the look of this house. And if you want more details, go to Lifetime Imobiliaria, the real estate agents based in Condeixa, for this particular one. So this has been Carl Munson for the Good Morning Portugal radio show and podcast. And I'm here, well, in the new year, come 2020, I'm going to be here with news and weather every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, that is. I'll be at my other job as community builder for OurNet, the new community-based social network, on a Wednesday, doing fun stuff like this. But on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I will be here. News and weather, property of the day, bit of Portuguese vocabulary and language, some sort of news feature or interview with somebody. I'm talking to Deborah De Haab, and I hope I pronounced her name right, but you might have seen her splashing her service all over every social media outlet in the last few days. And she is a consultant, as I understand. I'm going to speak to her after the show today, but she is a consultant in how to integrate yourself into Portuguese culture as an immigrant, as an expat. So looking forward to speaking to her and finding out about the mistakes people make and the best way to put your best foot forward in the new country, and talking to Deborah about that. But that's what I'll be doing on the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays, is doing an interview with people like that, who have an understanding of the culture in the country and have something interesting and useful to share with you about being here in Portugal as an expat, as an explorer, as a dreamer. You hear that? These are the sounds. You can see the sunshine. If you're looking on this video, you can see the beautiful sunshine coming in. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Coming in this morning. We're rising to 20 degrees outside. The probe is dangling out the window and experiencing the direct sunlight, as am I, and I'm going to go and do that now. But I thank you for joining me and listening to the Good Morning Portugal radio show and podcast. And yes, do subscribe on most major podcasting platforms now. We're on Spotify, we're on Spreaker, we're on Google Podcasts. I'm sure we're in iTunes as well. And do stay in touch via social media as well. Please do give me your comments, questions, and suggestions, and I'll do my best to provide you with an excellent service in your adventure and your journey towards Portugal. So, Munson signing off for now. Take care. Hola, bon dia, te logo, até já, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.